Welcome to the NotebookLLM podcast, where we unlock the world of AI and language models. Each episode, we dive into the latest breakthroughs and discuss how these technologies are transforming our lives. Whether you're here to learn, explore, or just satisfy your curiosity, you're in the right place. Let's journey into the future of AI together.
Ever feel like you're just drowning in information these days?
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Well, that's what makes this deep dive into Google's NotebookLM so fascinating.
Right.
You've sent over some articles and a YouTube video, so we're going to unpack how this AI could change the way you think, learn, and work.
It really is interesting. It's not just about, organizing information.
Yeah.
It's about really, understanding it. What's fascinating about NotebookLM is its grounding feature.
Okay.
Imagine this. An AI that can only access and process information from the documents you give it.
So, okay, let's unpack that. So no more AI hallucinations.
Exactly.
No irrelevant data pulled from the internet at large.
Precisely.
Wow.
It's like having a hyper-focused research assistant living inside your computer.
Okay.
One who has already mastered the content of, say, that dense research paper you've been meaning to read.
Okay, so one of the articles even called it an AI-first notebook, which I love because it's not just holding your notes, it's actively making connections within them.
Exactly. And it's that ability to connect the dots that makes NotebookLM so different. Take Tiago Forte, for example. He practically invented the concept of the second brain.
Right.
And even he was blown away by NotebookLM's capabilities.
Yeah. He had that great line in his YouTube video, the closest thing yet to a true second brain. But what does that actually look like in practice?
Well, Forte shows how he uploaded years of his own personal notes, book summaries, lecture notes, even drafts of his writing.
Wow.
And what's fascinating is that NotebookLM was able to identify connections and suggest research avenues that he had missed.
So it's not just regurgitating information, it's helping you synthesize it on a deeper level.
Exactly. It's like having an AI tailor-made for your brain, pushing you to think in new and unexpected ways.
And that can lead to some pretty amazing breakthroughs, which is what happened with Forte. He actually credits NotebookLM with helping him develop a new framework for his book. All because the AI was able to surface connections within his own notes that he hadn't seen before.
Wow. That's incredible.
So we've got this AI that can practically read your mind, or at least your notes, and connect the dots in ways you never could. What else can it do?
Well, imagine you're facing that mountain of research papers, for your thesis or something.
Yeah.
Instead of spending hours poring over every single detail, you upload them to NotebookLM and just ask, what are the 3 most contentious points in this debate? Hours of reading, condensed into minutes.
That's incredible. So it can handle really dense technical documents and pull out the key takeaways.
Absolutely. And it goes beyond just summarizing. You can ask it to compare and contrast different documents, identify emerging trends. You can even analyze things like meeting notes with incredible accuracy.
Oh, I read about that in one of the articles.
Yeah.
It's like having a superpowered assistant who can sift through hours of recordings and just pull out the golden nuggets. Imagine uploading a transcript of a long rambling meeting and being able to ask what were the key decisions made or what are the next action items?
Exactly. And because NotebookLM is grounded in the information you provide, it won't get sidetracked by general knowledge about meetings.
Right.
It's hyper-focused on the content you've given it.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. Both articles highlight NotebookLM's ability to not just process information, but to express it in different, creative formats.
It's true.
Yeah.
You can ask it to turn a research paper into a concise summary, create a study guide from lecture notes, or even write a haiku about math education if you're feeling whimsical.
A haiku about math education.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have to hear that.
Well, I haven't actually seen one about math education.
Okay.
But the point is that NotebookLM can take complex information and present it in a way that's both engaging and memorable.
The DataCamp article really dives into this creative side, especially the podcast from document feature. It describes how you can upload any document, like a presentation, a blog post, even those meeting notes we were just talking about.
Yeah.
And NotebookLM will generate a podcast-like discussion based on the content.
It's like having your own personalized audio digest of, anything you want. Imagine listening to a lively debate about the key findings of a research paper while you're on a walk.
That feature definitely seems to have captured everyone's imagination.
Yeah.
It is mind-blowing. But we do have to remember that NotebookLM is still in its experimental phase.
Right. It's important to manage expectations. Both articles do a good job of outlining some of the current limitations.
Like the fact that there are limits to how many documents you can upload at once. And those documents can't be too long. And while it can handle links to websites and YouTube videos, it's really optimized for like text-based content.
Exactly. Don't expect to upload like a spreadsheet or a highly visual presentation and get the same level of insight.
Right.
However,
Yeah.
it's important to remember that NotebookLM is constantly being improved.
That's good.
The team at Google is, actively incorporating user feedback and working on expanding its capabilities.
So they're really trying to make it better. That's good to hear.
Yeah, they even have a dedicated Discord server where people can share ideas, report bugs, and just generally, geek out about the future of AI-powered note-taking.
Oh, cool.
Which I think speaks to the collaborative spirit surrounding this technology.
Yeah.
It's not just Google working in a vacuum. They're actively encouraging users to help shape the future of NotebookLM.
So it sounds like even with these limitations, NotebookLM is already a game changer for, anyone who wants to learn, research, or just organize their thoughts more effectively.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a tool that can really help us cut through information overload and get to the heart of what matters.
Right. So no more drowning in a sea of tabs and open documents.
Exactly.
It's about working smarter, not harder. Right. And who doesn't love that idea? But it's more than just productivity, isn't it?
You're right. It's about fundamentally changing our relationship with knowledge.
Okay.
Instead of passively consuming information,
right,
we can have an active dialogue with it, asking questions and making connections we might never have seen otherwise.
And that's where the real magic happens, right? When we move beyond simply remembering information to actually understanding it and using it to fuel new ideas and deeper insights.
Precisely. And the best part is you don't need to be a tech wizard to use NotebookLM. The articles and Tiago Forte's video do a fantastic job of walking you through the basics, step by step.
Yeah, it seems pretty user-friendly.
Yeah.
So you can literally be up and running in minutes. And because it's integrated with Google Drive, it's as simple as uploading a document and starting a conversation.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of NotebookLM, I think it's safe to say this technology has the potential to be truly transformative.
I agree. It's a glimpse into the future of personalized learning and knowledge synthesis. And that future is closer than we think.
And on that note, we encourage you to try it out for yourself.
Yes.
Upload that document that's been gathering dust, ask some challenging questions, and see what you discover. Until next time, happy diving.